Well, hello, tubers, tubettes, various crazy people. Welcome back to the little channel. The title of this video is going to be something to the effect of should I send money to my wife/girlfriend's family? Or as I like to think of it, meet the Filipino Faulkers. The reason that this video is being done right now is twofold. I had a guy call me last night with a question and wanted my opinion on it. And he explained to me that he had been married to a Filipina for a while and he had been supporting the family and now they were wanting more money. And then he gave me a whole lot of other information, which I won't share with you. And so I gave him, at the end of his explanation, I gave him my humble opinion. I didn't give him advice. You guys know I don't do that. Then this morning I did a live stream and I said, hey, what do you guys want me to talk about in a video? How about you guys pick a topic? And sure enough, one of the guys watching the live stream said, why don't you talk about sending money to your girlfriend's or wife's family? I would ask you this question. In your home country, in your current relationship or past relationship, did you send money to your in-laws? Now, maybe some of you supported stepkids. That's a form of it. But did you actually write a check out every month or week or day or whatever and send it to her parents or her grandmother or whatever to support them? Probably not. Should you do that out here? I'll not tell you what to do, but I'll tell you what I have done in the past and what my thinking on that is today. And I actually had a conversation with my friend about this very topic. I asked him his opinion also, and his opinion mirrors mine, because he's been there and done that also. In the beginning, my first year here in the Philippines, I made every mistake possible. And one of them was I had a girlfriend and I sent money to her children. It wasn't her parents, it was her kids. She had grown kids, 21, 22. And for college and this and that and the other. And I found that when I did that, I set a monthly budget of X amount of pesos. I honestly don't remember what it was. I think it was like 8,000 pesos a month. The 8,000 would disappear after 3 days, and then there was more. And that is pretty much the dynamic, guys. Just via my observations and observations of other guys that I value their opinion. So, should you? That again is totally up to you. It's been my experience that you can kind of separate the wheat from the chaff really quickly. What I learned to do was, after my first year of making every blunder imaginable, I finally learned to just say no. And that separated, like I say, the wheat from the chaff. I found out right away why that person was with me. Either they liked me, they accepted no, maybe it didn't make them that happy, but they still hung out with me or dated me or whatever the case might be, or they bailed. And so I found saying no to be a good thing. I think it's an unhealthy precedent to set also, because it just doesn't ever end. And the appreciation of what you did yesterday seems to be forgotten by the time today rolls around, and tomorrow always seems to bring a new set of problems. So should I, Paul McGill, send money to May's mom and dad on a regular basis or as part of our relationship or agreement? And my answer is no. That's the long and the short of it. Now, May and I have been together for 2 years, and just between you, me, and a fence post here on the internet, May's never once asked me for a penny for her family or for anything else, to be honest with you. Well, clothes and lipstick and stuff like that, she'll say, hey, can I have 50 pesos? But that's just normal stuff. But as far as her family goes, she has never once asked me for a nickel. And to be really candid with you, that impressed the hell out of me I just kind of discovered this after 3 or 4 months of being with May. What she had done was she had helped her family on her own and didn't tell me about it. There had been a death in the family, and she sent one of her sisters pretty much her savings account. And I brought it up. I was talking to her about her savings account, and she said, well, I don't really have a savings account anymore. I said, what happened to your savings account? And she said, well, I gave it to my sister because, blah, 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 medical bills and whatnot. I said, well, why didn't you tell me about that? And she said, well, I didn't want to burden you with it. It wasn't your problem. It's my problem. I think that was a turning point with my relationship with May, simply because it showed me that she was with me because of me, not because of what I could do for her financially. Another caveat is when you start off that way, it is actually showing you, or presenting me rather, as a soft touch. And if I had given my brother-in-law in America $500, which I did do one time when he was in dire straits, the respect meter for me went up in the whole family of my ex-wife because I helped him out of a jam, and I was the guy that was able to do it. And nobody came back and wanted more money after the fact, but they were really, really appreciative of it and never let me forget it. Out here, I have found the dynamic to be opposite. The minute you just sort of like lay out some cash when someone asks for it, the respect meter for you goes down. You're not setting the proper boundaries, and they're going to exploit that if possible. And so there are exceptions to every rule. And I'll end on this. I know a guy that I'm friends with who has been married to a Filipina for 8 years and religiously sends her family 5,000 pesos a month. However, they never asked for it. That was of his own volition. It was, he's able to do it. He's well off financially. 5,000 pesos is approximately $100. It's well within his budget. And it makes him feel good to do it because he has met the family. Again, they never approached him for any help, any assistance. They just greeted him with hospitality, treated him well, and he got to looking around at how they lived and where they lived. And he came to his own conclusion that it would be the right thing for him to send them that money. And it gives him self-satisfaction. And I applaud him for that. On a smaller scale, what May and I do is we've kind of adopted a little routine where once a month we will go to Hypermart and do our grocery shopping. And we will buy extra chicken and extra protein foods, if you will. May will cook them up, and her sister Riza will come out and visit. And then when Riza goes home, she takes a little gift basket of food, if you will, to her mom and to her dad. So that's kind of the takeaway on all this. Should you support the family? That's your decision. I don't think so. I think that I asked myself this question, what were they doing all this time before they met me? Before I started dating their daughter? How did they survive? They're all still alive, aren't they? They're all, vertical. They're getting through each day. Anything that I may bring to the party, I think should be treated sort of like we treat Christmas and birthdays and holidays where I come from, which is the States. You know, at Christmas time, give a gift. On a birthday, give a gift. There may be a time where I've had my moments where I've thought, you know what, I think I'll just add 1,000 pesos to that chicken basket that we're sending home with them. And May does the same thing out of her own money. So anyway, that's my spin on it, kids. And thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next video.